it's gave its new heights. You know, it's fantastic, and all I can see is it's just going to get bigger and better.
This field has been so tough, and every race I go out there, I'm like, oh man, this isn't going to be easy, and every track's different.
I think this is a big credit to Speedway, and I tell you what, the world has been focused on this series. All around the world, everybody's been calling, keeping tabs on what's going on, and guess what? You guys got to see it, man. That's hot.
The International Speedway Masters, initially staged between 1995 and 2001, was arguably the biggest speedway motorcycle series in the world. Each year, the world's best riders would converge upon Australia to contest a grueling national tournament, regarded as the ultimate battle of the brave. The top Australian riders, comprising Jason Crump, Lee Adams, Craig Boyce and Todd Wiltshire, to name just some, would face a foreign invasion, featuring the likes of world champion Simon Wigg, Sam Ermolenko, Tony Ricardson, Greg Hancock, Billy Hamill, Kelvin Tatum and Mark Laram. It was Speedway at its brilliant best.
Adams is the leader. Greg Hancock now up on the inside. Adams now runs back as well.
In 2024, it returns in a reimagined format over 2 blockbusting nights and incorporating the ground-pounding sidecars. The three-wheel Gladiators were always a major part of the International Speedway Masters spectacle, running as support to the 500cc solo superstars in what was a golden era.
Now he gets to that outside running and kicks on. He seems to get the drive. Oh, does he? What? Round the outside.
Tonight at Gillman Speedway Stadium, the dirt track daredevils take centre stage in an event featuring the world's best teams from Australia, the United States of America and New Zealand. The who's who of international sidecar speedway are here to contest an event named in honour of the greatest rider of all time. Welcome to Adelaide for the Darrin Treloar Cup on this night 1 of the Icon Suspension International Speedway Masters, presented by Ray White Gawler. You may have purchased a full seat in the crowd, but we guarantee you'll only need the edge. Great to have you with us as we welcome you back to Gillman Speedway Stadium in South Australia for the continuation of the Darrin Treloar Cup on night 1 of the Icon Suspension International Speedway Masters. A recap of the point score at the completion of 3 rounds. Playstead and Pitt and Justin Playstead and Brian Anthony lead the field on 9 points apiece, followed further back by Mick Headland and Brenton Kerr, Trent Headland, Jackson Rayner, Darrin Treloar and Blake Cox not having it all their own way, as I welcome Rod Colquhoun back to the commentary box. And Rod, there is the first 4 heats in action tonight.
Yes, an amazing block of heats about to take place, 13, 14, 15 and 16. This will give us the first of the last 2 rides for each combination. That'll accumulate to 20 heats. Then we'll have our semi-finals and obviously our final. But as we said, Darrin Treloar Cup, but Darrin far from having it his own way, David.
No, he's had a tough night. And the racetrack has been beautifully prepared. If you didn't catch part 1 of our coverage last time on Fox Sports and KO, it's been a brilliant start to this event, and I see no reason why that won't continue. Good crowd in the house. Unseasonably cool here in Adelaide, only 22 degrees, most unusual for this time of the year. You've seen the starters. We are set for a start. Should be an absolute cracker. Heat 13 for Mildura Showcase Jewelers underway. Niche and Spear got away okay. The New Zealand combo, likewise Moon and Mason. Then they find themselves up high on the track, and Cohen, the big mover from North Queensland, Brody Cohen and his South Australian passenger Jess Headland challenging on the inside.
Yeah, needs the points, does Brody Cohen. He missed one of his rides earlier and then, Cohen locks it up. and gives some metres away. Hangs onto the lead, but only by a metre or two.
Good race here. The Mildura combination, Byron Gates and Mick O'Loughlin in second on the inside. Spear came up behind them with a rush there, and Niche obviously in control of the handlebars. Cohen up high on the circuit. Gates is coming hard on the inside as they head off turn number 4. They'll see the yellow flag this time, and Gates takes the lead on the charts through turns 1 and 2. Relegates the North Queenslander Cohen. Cohen won't cop that though. Gates and O'Loughlin, the race leader, 2 corners to run. Cohen, here he is on the inside.
Yeah, Cohen took the racing line away and got it. Good, well done. Brody Cohen, great ride. I tell you what, Byron Gates, stand tall. That was a great ride.
Mildura Showcase Jewelers presenting Heat 13. What a race! I have no doubt this track is going to produce top shelf International Speedway sidecar racing.
And we saw the desperation there off gate 4 from Brody Cohen, the North Queenslander. Cut back on the inside here. Was a really good start from Damien Niche and Mitchell Spear. Couldn't quite go with them over the race distance and turned into a 2-dog fight between Byron Gates, Mick O'Loughlin, Brody Cohen, Jess Headland. Look at this here, Biff and Barge. That's why we love the sidecars. Absolutely brilliant stuff from all 3 combinations.
Wow, you got to feel sorry for the Kiwi, haven't you? Dylan Moon and Sean Mason, they got a good start. Found themselves posted up high on the racetrack and could not challenge from there. But boy, Gates can challenge, serving it right up to Brody Cohen. And Brody says, if you can do it, I can do it better.
He did. What I loved about the Gates pass on the lap earlier was he didn't just take the lead, he took Brody's line as well. It was quite a selfish move from Byron. Unreal.
Nice touch. The national flags being displayed by the start line girls. Icon Suspension presenting heat number 14. If you've just joined our coverage, this is part 2 in our exclusive coverage of the Darrin Treloar Cup on night 1 of the Icon International Speedway Masters. Placed at Pitt, Headland Rayner, placed at Anthony and Housen Commons. Here's the field here. The youngsters, Max Housen, Riley Commons from Broken Hill, red helmet colour, left-hand side of screen. This is a stacked field. No shortage of quality. Another 4 laps of fury is imminent. Great start line shot. Here we go. How will the youngsters fare on the inside? Housen Commons. Best to begin Justin Playstead and Brian Anthony. Although Housen Commons up on the inside. We've got a big accident on the exit turn 2. And Justin Playstead is showing the worst for wear.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. Didn't look like any dirty riding there from Housen Commons. Just a light tip coming out of the turn, and it looked like it turned Justin's outfit towards the fence ever so slightly, and the front tyre pitched in and over she went. Geez, I hope they're okay.
Another look from a different angle. It was just ferocious racing up front. No intent whatsoever. As they hadn't completed a lap, I'm sure all 4 will be back in. That's assuming that Playstead and Anthony are able to, and their bike. So, a slight delay here at Gillman Speedway Stadium. A real hush coming over the crowd. Justin Playstead, Brian Anthony. Justin particularly one of the hometown favourites here in Adelaide. And unfortunately, Justin and Brian won't take their place in the rerun. You can understand why. That was a nasty shunt. Underway, Housen Commons also away well this time. Trent Headland and Jackson Rayner on the outside giving plenty of cheek. And Mark Playstead and Ben Pitt not far away either. You can say that again. They now secure second on the racetrack. Yeah, very nice line there from Trent Headland. Really got it wound up. Didn't wash off any speed. You can see him riding the outside dirt, driving off the turns, keeping the wheels in line. Absolutely flying. Fantastic International Speedway sidecar racing. Full credit to Sean Chapman and the track crew. They have created a magic carpet to race on tonight. Trent Headland, former national champion, and young Jackson Rayner on the side doing a great job out in front. He most certainly is. Mark Playstead, he's throwing everything at Headland here, but not gaining, possibly gaining 10 or 12 metres a lap. He needs more than that. Final lap, here they come, thundering down the back straight of Gillman. Playstead got a good run through there. He's moved a fair bit closer, as you can see, but the checkered flag too close. And Trent Headland annexes another 3 qualifying points. Rayner on the side, Playstead Pitt, House Commons and Playstead Anthony not taking part in the rerun of that one. Wow. It is very serious speedway.
Most certainly is. This is the rerun of the initial start here where we see the accident coming off the turn. Wow! Doesn't look any better second time round. Gee, she pitched him over. But this is the actual restart of the race that was completed. Howes and Commons, again, a pretty good start, but Headland, gee, rode that high line well in that race, and Playstead unable to bridge the gap.
When the track is in superb order, such as the case tonight, the riders can genuinely race on it. Downstairs, upstairs, we get to see their skill, but doesn't it also illustrate the brute horsepower of these machines? Power to weight ratio,
incredible. They get out in that deep dirt, absolutely driving off the turn. As we said in the first show, 1000cc sidecars, massive power, very close to the ground. Must be absolutely thrilling.
The quick apparel and print. Heat number 15 is next. Only one more qualifying heat on the other side of this to conclude round 4. Mick Headland, Brenton Kerr, they've been in good form tonight. Brett closest to camera. Firth and Martin beside them, underway, and the wily veteran Mick Headland's got a gun start as the Tates flew. Brenton Kerr hanging on for dear life on the side of the bike, and they lead by about 3 metres at this stage.
They certainly do. Stewie Firth, the Queenslander, in the second place, but it is the wily veteran, as you say, Mick Headland, quietly spoken, but very loud once he gets on a motorcycle. Interesting starting technique from his passenger, Brenton Kerr. Stands up quite tall compared to most of the others, but it works.
I guess he figures he's getting maximum drive, more weight, I'm not sure. But it is a contrasting style. Here's a challenge on the inside by the American Joe Jones with young Darrin Treloar on the side. He got up into second momentarily, but the Brisbane combination of Stuart Firth and Jason Martin are not prepared to let that happen, and they move back into second, but our race leader Mick Headland and Brenton Kerr are a long way in front. They'll cruise to victory here.
Yeah, they absolutely will. Big round of applause too for Joe Jones, the Californian. Made a race of that one, and we should remember that Joe Jones is from, as I said, California, but tracks are much smaller there, probably just over half the size of this one. So good work from him, getting better as the night goes on.
That's fair comment. The scene in Australia is infinitely more hostile and competitive. On the race recap, Headland and Kerr jumped out in front and were never headed from that point. The real battle in the race obviously featured the American and his South Australian passenger. They are at the back in the yellow helmet colour, but they get a move on pretty soon and they hustle.
They do. They're starting to work it out. The track, as we said, the track is near perfect, and you see Joe Jones there using the low line, and there's a little bit of dirt down low, and it worked for him. Goes mid-track here. Great battle with Stewie Firth here for second and third.
So across the line, Headland and Kerr put another 3 points on their progress tally. Speaking of the progress tally, we'll bring you that on screen at the completion of this heat, because this concludes round 4 of the qualifiers. Reminding you, once the 20 heats are out of the way, the top 2 in points go straight to the grand final. The next 8 contest 2 semi-finals where the winner only joins them. A lot of pressure here on Treloar and Cox, Rod.
Absolutely is. They're only midfield points-wise, and not a feeling that Darrin Treloar will be very comfortable with or familiar with.
Ray White-Gawler, heat number 16. The Australian Speedway Centenary winners, Tyler Moon and Adam Lovell from North Queensland, closest to camera. They got a good start despite the front wheel hiking in the air. Treloar and Cox away okay. And a good battle further back between Menadue and Zakin and their respective passengers. Here they come, back onto the main straight at the Gillman Speedway.
Yeah, Darrin looking to get it wound up around the outside. Tyler Moon, he is no mug by any means. Nice run off the turn there, and really nice line there from Menadue and Dolan. This home track advantage really paying dividends tonight. Look at this from Menadue.
Full credit to him. He started the meeting brilliantly that you saw on part 1 of our coverage, and continues in brilliant form. Kim Menadue and Shane Dolan, but you can see there Tyler Moon and Adam Lovell. They come back on the inside. World-class racing here at Gillman Speedway in Adelaide. Down the main straight they run again. Yellow flag on display. Tyler Moon and Adam Lovell, Darrin Treloar and Blake Cox.
Yeah, Darrin Treloar did well there to get past Menadue and not too far behind Tyler Moon. Well, Menadue comes back at Darrin. Darrin having a little bit of trouble there, but picks up the second. That's invaluable points for the man after whom this meeting is named.
Absolutely. Moon and Lovell 3 points. Treloar and Cox 2. Menadue, Dolan 1. They'd be disappointed the way they were charging in the first couple of laps. Let's have a look at it again. It was fluctuating fortunes in this particular heat on the race recap.
Yeah, the thing that changed this race compared to most of the races we've seen this evening was that Tyler Moon chose to run the low line for the third and fourth laps, when normally the leader has been running wide. Look at this. He drops it back down on the inside. Menadue gives him a big shove. That brings Darrin right back into it. Darrin's thinking at this stage, I'll tell you what, I'm going to take both of these guys. But Moon right through, and Darrin just did a job on Menadue as we approach the finish. Great ride from all three combinations.
Yeah, wonderful racing. Do hope you're enjoying it wherever you might be watching. The best still to come.
Yeah, we're feeling pretty good, and we're mixing it with all the boys in the first corners and stuff, but just lacking a little bit of lap speed, and they'd come, you know, with more experience on the track. But what a great meeting to be part of, and you know, what an awesome meeting, and great to see the crowd out here, all the top riders in the world. You know, you can't ask for anything better. So we're happy to be part of it.
We're struggling a bit, but it's a hard night tonight. It's basically an Aussie title, so it's always hard.
I guess it is. You know, you guys were holding your own with Darrin, and you know, we won't go into what happened in that last heat, but you know, you must be confident if you can lead one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world.
Yeah, we're slowly getting there. The track caught us out a little bit, but it's slowly starting to come to us. Yeah, we'll just keep poking away, and hopefully we can get into one of the semis, and I'll be happy with that.
Colin Gitcham keeping us abreast of the news of the pits. Some quick grabs there from riders. Leaderboard after 4 rounds. Check it out. Mark Playstead, Ben Pitt on 11. Mick Headland, Brendan Kerr 10. Trent Headland, Jackson Rayner 9. Equal with Justin Playstead and Brian Anthony. Darrin Treloar, Blake Cox on 7. And they lead 3 other teams on 7. What a meeting here. And the next 4 heats are the final heats, round 5.
They are. There's no room for error here. If you're chasing points, you need them. There's nowhere else to go. 17, 18, 19 and 20. They will lead us into our finals. Now, we saw from that score chart 3 teams locked on 7. Some critical races ahead.
Yes, indeed. This is the business end of the night in the Darrin Treloar Cup. The fireworks erupt here, signifying the start of the next round. Good crowd in the house. Beautiful conditions. A little bit cool, as I alluded to earlier. And some wonderful pictures coming to you trackside. Menadue and Dolan, which is an excellent shot of them. So, red helmet colour Cohen and Headland, then Trent Headland and Rayner. Kim Menadue, Shane Dolan, Wells and Blackman on the outside. Look forward to this with no little expectation. Cohen, a hard charger on the inside. He got away well as the taste flew. Oh, there was a little bit of touch there involving Cohen and Headland. Not too much in it. And the North Queenslander charges down the back straight. In control, although not for long perhaps, because Trent Headlander and Jackson Rayner looking really good.
Yes, of all the riders we've seen so far tonight, Headland has probably been the best around the outside, and he goes through on Brody. Brody will not be happy about this. He needs these points.
And now he's got another problem, Brody, in the shape of Kim Menadue and Shane Dolan. He leaves the room. What can Menadue do about it? Good racing. Leader's gone. Trent Headland, Jackson Rayner. And the Adelaide Stars, Menadue and Dolan up into second.
Yeah, Headland leads comfortably here. Menadue's been in everything tonight. Probably hasn't got the points he's deserved for his efforts, as Brody Cohen now letting him know he's in a race.
How good is that? Cohen, take no prisoners. Back up into second. Headland and Rayner getting the job done comprehensively in heat 17. And, gee, that's going to put him towards the top of the order big time at the completion of the 20 heats from a points perspective.
Absolutely will. He'll be very happy. And we should point out that when you get to the semi-finals, obviously where you finish in the points dictates how early you get to pick your gate draw. So very important to be up the top, get the best gate and the best start.
That's right. And once you're seeded in the semi-finals, the points you scored in the qualifying heats become irrelevant. It's a great format, very exciting. Obviously, the format does reward the top 2 point scorers. As we've said, they go straight through to the finale. And Headland and Rayner look like they are heading that way. So action to continue. Next up, the CBS Bins. Heat number 18 here. The Darrin Treloar Cup, night 1 of the Icon International Speedway Masters. Presented by Ray White Gula. There it is. Excellent field. Moon and Lovell, Howson Commerce, Nish and Spear. Mick Headland and Brenton Kerr. We've got headlands and Playsteads everywhere tonight.
We do. It's a real family reunion. This will be an interesting race because Tyler Moon and Adam Lovell have also been impressive, not as good as they can be. So if they get going, they could really stir this whole thing up.
Start officials are happy. They walk away. The tapes are in the air. The lights go green. You can see that Niche and Spear had a problem out of the tapes and they've lost about 20 metres on the other three at this early stage. Tyler Moon and Adam Lovell are the leader out of North Queensland.
Yeah, Howes Commons are in a real race here with Headland. Headland needs some points. He's up the inside of Howes, and Howes is not far behind Moon either. Great three-way go up the front.
Gee, Howes Commons, they'd be well aware that Mick Headland and Brendan Kerr are right there. And speaking of Howes Commons, gee, Tyler Moon had a problem there. He washed off speed appreciably, and the Broken Hill combo taking the race lead.
Yeah, Howes riding that mid-track pretty well. Tyler Moon gasses it up the inside, looking to take it back, and does so.
Not sure if Tyler had a fuel problem or an electrical problem. He washed off a lot of speed there, didn't he? And is it happening again? Probably not. He looks quick enough this time. Howes Commons brave enough to do it on the outside. They take the checker in a great ride.
That was a good ride. Well done to Howes Commons. That was really impressive. Moon Lovell, Mick Headland, Kerr, and Niche and Spear have been pretty good picking up fourth. I just think with Tyler there in his previous ride, he rode the inside and he got a fair bit of grip. I think he thought that he could do that again, but I think he was just wheel spinning and losing an enormous amount of ground.
Absolutely. He's up in the heavy dirt there. And here's Howes Commons when they took the ascendancy, only 4.
Some beautiful pictures there. Look at that. Unreal.
Yep, only 4 for Townsville duo to fight back. But excellent work. 3 points to Max Howes and Riley Commons. Stay with us, whatever you do. This is going to be a cracker finale. No sportsman can achieve a higher honour than attaining the status as the greatest of all time. In his chosen pursuit of sidecar speedway, this icon of our sport has rewritten the history books on multiple occasions. His record of 12 victories in the Australian Championship is unlikely to be equalled, let alone exceeded. His record in state championships is equally as impressive. 9-time South Australian champion, 8 victories in the Queensland Championship, 6 Victorian titles, a Tasmanian Championship, and countless New South Wales titles. He is a 3-time FIM Oceania Championship winner and the 2011 World Sidecar Champion. Please stand and salute a rider, the likes of which this sport will never see again. Please welcome Mr. Darrin Treloar. As we welcome you back, we do so with a degree of excitement. Obviously, the racing so far on the program has been sublime, and I have a feeling, Rod Colhoun, the best is yet to come. This is heat number 19. Only 2 heats remaining ahead of the 2 semi-finals and the grand final. Heat 19 for Australian Motors.
Yeah, very good lineup too. Firth, Martin, Muin, Mason, Placestead, Egan and Treloar, Cox. Darrin off the outside in this one.
Yep, and he needs a big result here. It's been a tough night for the man to whom we are paying tribute to this evening. Away we go, and Firth from Brisbane got a good start with Jason Martin on the side. Let's see what happens here. On the outside, in the white helmet colour, Justin Placestead and Brian Anthony showing no ill effects of their crash a bit earlier. And Darrin Treloar and Blake Cox up on the inside. And these two go to war up front.
Oh, yeah. Darrin went through on Firth. Gee, he cops some spray there, Darrin, but ducks back to the inside and grabs the lead. Placestead and Anthony looking very, very sharp out wide after their shunt earlier. Great to see him back in action, but Treloar leads.
Darrin Treloar and Blake Cox. They head for home. Justin Placestead, Brian Anthony in second. One lap of this venue to run. You can never write Justin Placestead and Brian Anthony off, but Treloar and Cox looking really good here. Very smooth. Hugging the low line there to fend off any potential challenge by Placestead. There's the checkered flag unfolding. And Darrin Treloar, Blake Cox accrue a very important three-point haul.
Yeah, great ride from Darrin. Placestead second, Firth third and Muin fourth. This track offers so many racing lines. You can attack or defend, but you can never be guaranteed of holding your spot. It just offers so many options. Unreal track.
Firth and Martin were the best to begin. Placestead and Anthony swept by on the outside. And Treloar, here he comes, up on the inside. Blake Cox hanging on with everything he's got. White knuckle fever on the side of that bike.
Oh, he went through there hard. Jesus, and Darrin turned it back. Brilliant stuff.
We hope you're enjoying this international sidecar fixture from Gillman Speedway in Adelaide. Big crowd, as you can see in the background there. People have travelled from all over the world to watch this event tonight. Riders representing 3 different nations. And the Lee Adams Medal, which is to follow in our coverage next week and the week after for solos, features riders from 6 countries.
Yeah, that will be riveting. Right, on the inside, Joe Jones, Jaron Silby. Then we have Byron Gates, Mick O'Loughlin, Mark Placestead, Ben Pitt, and Mike Zack and Ben Franklin. And we're underway, and I'll tell you what, Joe Jones zips out of the start again. Mark Placestead looking for an outside run, but the Californian leading for now.
Good to see too, the 17-time AMA champion of the United States leads, but Mark Placestead, Ben Pitt on the outside secure the race lead and flex their muscle in doing so. Byron Gates and Mick O'Loughlin from Mildura, Victoria move up into second. They were pretty quick in their last ride, so let's see what they've got for Placestead and Pitt.
Yeah, Byron and Gates are a very, very respected team, but it is Placestead who leads. He'll be hard to run down from there. Again, very happy for Joe Jones, Jaron Silby doing a good job in third.
The 3-time Australian champion, Mark Placestead and Ben Pitt, race leader. They've been outstanding tonight, and with a win here will undoubtedly advance to the final automatically. They have really put some night air between themselves and their nearest rival. That is Byron Gates and Mick O'Loughlin. Checkered flag time. And Mark Placestead, Ben Pitt win yet another race at this stadium. Gates O'Loughlin second, 2 points to them. Jones and Sylvie won. And Zack and Franklin, Mike Zack has not had a happy night tonight. The multi-New Zealand champion and the constructor of the all-conquering Stinger frame.
Yeah, he does a great job in his engineering shop, but it was a nice jump from Jones, but gee, it's never easy to hold off Placestead and Pitt around here. And the track is prepared absolutely brilliantly. You need 2 racing lines, and that's exactly what we've got. A little bit of dirt down low, dirt up high, slick in the middle. Unreal stuff. Really enjoying tonight's action here at Gillman Speedway.
With me in the pits ahead of the semi-finals and ultimately the grand final of this, the Darrin Treloar Cup, is the principal, the managing director of Ray White Gawler, the present sponsor of the Icon Suspension International Speedway Masters. I refer to Kylie Mahoney. Thank you for your support of the event. Are you having a good time?
Amazing time, thank you. Yes, it's been a great night.
Great crowd, fireworks, big screens. Doesn't get much better.
Absolutely, not much better than this. It's really good to see all the people out here tonight. I know VIP rooms going really good and lots of people out there, so it's good.
Well, you'd know a bit about the VIP room because you do spend a bit of time up there normally anyway.
Yes, I do. I help Lena out when she needs it. She's an amazing woman. She does a great job up there as well. So well done to Lena and Budgie.
Your attraction to Speedway, you're a bit of a newcomer. You explained to me a couple of months ago that you were introduced to the sport by your partner.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what is it about it that grabbed you?
So I'm more a Speedway girl, so I do cars. So I have to remember that these guys are riders, not drivers, and they're riding bikes, not cars. So Matty Muldoon used to swing with David Botts. So yeah, was introduced to Speedway through Matty, and it's been a great 5 years watching on.
And the sport is very grateful for the assistance. Mark Playstead and Trent Headland make their way straight into the final. There will be 8 semi-finalists fighting for just 2 spots. Involved in those semis will be Headland, Playstead, Treloar, Moon, Howes, Menadue, and 2 other top-shelf combinations.
The starting gate choice, all important ahead of the semi-finals. Colin Gitcham will now go to him.
Here in the pits, we are picking semi-final 1 and semi-final 2 helmet colours. First cab off the rank, and to pick is Justin Playstead with Brian Anthony in the chair. And he's going for red. Second draw, Darrin Treloar, Blake Cox. Bit of friendly rivalry there. So we've got blue there for Darrin Treloar, Blake Cox. Next draw is Kim Menadue, Shane Dolan. Straight, well, they're doing this very to order, aren't they? He's in whites. And final pick for semi-final number 1 is Brodie Cohen and Jesse Headland. And he's taking the yellow. Well, he doesn't really have a choice there. So that's how they sit, as you can see there. We've got Playstead in red, Treloar in blue, Menadue in white, and Cohen in yellow. Semi-final number 2. First pick, Mick Headland, Brenton Kerr. Straight into the red slot. Gate number 1. So, next pick, we've got Tyler Moon and Adam Lovell. This is easy, straight into blue. Grid position number 2. Third pick for semi-final number 2, Max House, Riley Commons. Straight to plan, well done. Final pick, of course, is going to be yellow. That's Damien Niche and Mitchell Spear into yellow, gate number 4. Right up against the fence on that high line. All right, there are your picks.
Yep, and we look forward to the semi-finals with no little expectation. Fireworks here, signifying the recommencement of action. And there's Justin Playstead and Brian Anthony. Red helmet colour, the Farrell Transport Ozfence Racing entry. We waxed lyrical about the effort Justin Playstead has gone to compete tonight. In the first part of our coverage last week, he's been enduring hyperbaric chambers, ice baths, and numerous other forms of rehab in an effort to get fit following a big crash here. Treloar and Cox, they line up in blue, Menadue and Dolan in white, and on the outside is Brodie Cohen and Jess Headland in yellow, closest to camera on that angle. Semi-final number 1, the winner only advances to the grand finale. Here we go, the tapes in the air on the inside. Justin Playstead, Brian Anthony away well. Oh, look at Menadue up on the inside, and Treloar charging high up on the track, and Brodie Cohen has a go as well.
Yeah, Playstead out in front. Menadue looks for an inside run and gets it, but it's Playstead in that critical first position at the moment with Headland. Big outside run.
Darrin Treloar's got a problem with his bike. He has slowed dramatically, although seems to be going again now. Semi-final number 1, Justin Playstead, Brian Anthony the leader. Menadue and Dolan having an outstanding race against Brodie Cohen and Jess Headland. Just as I utter those words, they go down.
Wow, that was some tight racing. That was real tight stuff.
Well, they're playing for keeps. A grand finale. Spot up for grabs here. Richest prize money purse in the sport this season in Australia as well to win the event tonight, as you see. Brodie and Jess
You see
face
that?
in the dirt.
Yeah, that sort of contact off the turn usually turns the outfit towards the outside of the track, and that front tyre digs in, and geez, you just can't hang on to them. They're such a beast.
There's Brody. He looks fine. And he's been excluded. Oh, well, he's been excluded by virtue of being deemed the cause of the crash. And look, it's very unlucky because it was just a racing incident, but it's one of those 50-50 calls and it's been made. So, rerun. Just the 3 teams out there. Do feel sorry for Brody and Jess, but that's racing, as they say in the classics, Rod. You've been excluded yourself in your former illustrious career.
Yeah, I probably wasn't going that fast.
I'm sure you put a protest in about it, though.
Exactly. Yeah.
This track would have suited you, Gillman.
Oh, I would have loved to. I just love this track. It's beautiful.
Underway. Second time of asking, semi-final number 1. Winner only to transfer through to the grand finale. Justin Plaisted, Brian Anthony in front. But here come the challengers, headed by Kim Menadue and Shane Dolan. Darrin Treloar, Blake Cox back in third. And I don't know if Darren's got a mechanical problem, but he's just not himself tonight.
No, he's not. He's probably got a bit on his mind that the meeting's been is a tribute to him. He's got a lot going on, a lot of media, etc., etc. But he's trying to get round Menadue, and Menadue has been in everything tonight. He's been so impressive. But at the moment, it is still Plaisted out in front in this critical first position.
Yes, indeed. So Justin Plaisted, Brian Anthony, if they stay there, they are grand final bound. Darrin Treloar and Blake Cox on the outside are going to prove nuisance value as they head on through turns 1 and 2 on this, the final lap of semi-final number 1.
Yeah, if you're being honest, I don't think either of the combinations in front look overly comfortable, but they get the job done, and well done to our winner.
Well, Justin Plaisted's not comfortable. He's got severely torn ligaments in his knee and his ankle.
Yeah, and you can sort of tell he doesn't look comfortable.
He's got plenty of courage, the boy. They advance to the grand final and join Trent Headland, Jackson Rayner, Mark Plaisted, Ben Pitt. Another look at that flash as we await the second semi-final shortly.
Yeah, you can see during this entire journey that Justin, despite being in the front, was very uncomfortable on the bike, and even after the race he was shaking his head in pain. But fair play to him, got the job done and goes through to the final in front of his home crowd.
Absolutely. The race recap action, as intense as you'll find in this sport. Leaving nothing out there, these boys. Plaisted Anthony hugging the low line and down to the checkered flag to advance to the big dance tonight. Semi-final number 2. There is Mick Headland and Brenton Kerr. Mick out of Murray Bridge, Brenton out of Mildura. Damien Nish and Mitchell Spear now on screen, both from Adelaide. Tyler Moon, Adam Lovell from North Queensland. Nish and Spear are having issues here. And as a result, they are not there. Howes and Commons are there, white helmet colour, up on top of the Speedway. So obviously Nish and Spear have been excluded under the 2-minute rule. Away we go, Mick Headland and Brenton Kerr, the leader. Got a feeling that Tyler Moon won't give up, and the same applies to Howes and Commons.
Yeah, Howes was good, very good in his last ride. Headland down in front, but this won't be easy. Tyler Moon looking pretty sharp. Oh, Mick makes a little bit of a mess there on the exit of that turn. Tyler Moon bridges the gap.
So that's the race order. Mick Headland, Brenton Kerr, an uneventful second semi-final, really. Obviously, with the demise of Nish and Spear, it took 25% of the interest out of it. Here's Tyler Moon and Adam Lovell. They are not giving up. A fistful of throttle onto the main straight they run, chasing the red helmet colour of Mick Headland and Brenton Kerr.
Yeah, you'd think a high line run from Tyler Moon around this last turn might be his last hurrah, but Headland looks fairly tidy in front. Looks like he's going to get the job done and get through to the big dance.
Indeed, and they deserve that. They've been really good all night, Mick Headland and Brenton Kerr. And there it is for you. Moon and Lovell second, Howes and Commons third. Nish and Spear did not take part in the second semi-final, which is unfortunate for them. Now the race recap with Ron Colton.
Yeah, great start there from Headland. Tyler Moon looked like he had his measure going into the turn. got a little bit of understeer coming off the first bend and allowed Headland to get away. That was pretty much all she rode. Tyler unable to bridge the gap, Mick unable to pull away, but enough in this format, winning is all you have to do, and Mick did that.
And he's done a lot of it in his career. He and Brendan have been together a long time now. They've won a lot of races. And experience does count on big nights like this when the pressure is on.
Most certainly does. I'm just not sure whether this this outside run is going to play a part in this final. I think it will.
And now ahead of tonight's grand final in the Darrin Treloar Cup, we're going to show you the final of the CBS Bid Sidecar Stampede that has been conducted in support to the main program tonight. Wells and Blackman line up in the red helmet colour. Joe Jones, Darrin Sylvie blue, Hagan Campbell, Riley Campbell white, Pascoe and black in yellow, and Sylvie and Zagorski in green. Down the back straight they charge the first time, and it is Hagan Campbell and Riley Campbell riding the second bike that belongs to Brodie Cohenrod.
Yeah, he's been very, very good tonight. Hagan Campbell dominated these support races and certainly didn't look out of place in his ride in the main event. Tremendous young talent.
Yep, so Josh Pascoe and his passenger Greg Black. You can see them there in the yellow helmet colour. They are making a real race out of it. They are in combat against Joshua Wells and Corey Blackman, who are riding in the red helmet colour. In this support race finale, there's Joe Jones and Darrin Sylvie just behind them. But we focus our attention back up front where Hagan Campbell and Riley Campbell are going to emerge clear-cut winners in the CBS Bid Sidecar Stampede.
Yeah, very, very good stuff. I'll tell you what, Wells and Blackman have been pretty good tonight. Had some nice laps.
Yes, and race director Dave Parker deciding to elevate a couple of riders, a couple of tees from the main program to fill the grid, the start line, if you like, in the Sidecar Stampede as a result of the demise of the riders that lined up earlier.
Here we are, it's grand final time, Darrin Treloar Cup, and we need to pick some helmet colours. First cab off the rank, number 1 point scorer for the night, Trent Headland. Where's he going? Where's he going? Straight into number 1. So Trent Headland, gate number 1 in the red. Number 2 point scorer, Mark Playstead. He's slotting into the blue, number 2. First qualifier, Justin Playstead. Well, we've got Brian Anthony going into gate number 3 in the white. Final, of course, would be Mick Headland and Brenton Kerr. Know where Mick Headland is, but he automatically gets into the yellow. There they are, right on cue. Well done, boys. So I've got here Trent Headland. Trent, number 1 point scorer for the night, must be on a bit of a high after that. And you're ready to go, no doubt.
Yeah, mate, it's always good to, come in at top point scorer. It sort of gives you that first pick, but the night's not over yet. This is the main one. This is what we come here. So the bike's going good. Jackson, me and Jackson are gelling really well. The track's pretty good. Everyone's going to ride the same thing. So yeah, let's see how it goes.
All right, number 2, Mark Playstead, gate number 2. Number 2, a top night for you so far, and obviously it's all down to this, mate.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's why we come here. We come here to make the final, and we've got a bit of work to do. So let's see what happens, eh?
Yeah, well, you've done yourself proud tonight, and kept it right up at the pointy end, of course. So all we do is wish you all the best, and look forward to meet and greet on the podium, eh?
Yeah, mate, that'd be good. Big shout out to my family for coming out, Gillman, the kids, and everyone else for supporting us. Cheers.
Nice to hear from the top 2 point scorers, Trent Headland and Mark Playstead tonight. This is going to be some race. Who will be the winner of the Darrin Treloar Cup on night 1 of the Icon Suspension International Speedway Masters, presented by Ray White Gawler? Headland and Kerr on screen. Big payday following checkered flag time in this race.
Yeah, and we can still see up against the fence. There's plenty of dirt out wide, so the options are there. You can go low, go high. Just got to be careful not to get too much roost off these 1000cc machines.
Track is in good order, quite consistent. This should be a monumental battle. Trent Headland, Jackson, Rain up inside. Mark Playstead, Ben Pitt, gate 2. Justin Playstead, Brian Anthony, gate 3. Big headland, Brendan Kerr. Gate 4, yellow helmet colour. Here we go, the biggest sidecar speedway race in Australia this season. The tape's in the air and Trent Headland, a good start. Oh! We've got chaos on the first turn. Playstead, Mark, that is, and Ben Pitt coming into contact. And you can see that Big Headland and Brendan Kerr concerned about their rivals. Another look. They only went 50 metres.
Yeah, Mark got some serious drive. He wheel stood out of the start, got it back down, then picked up again. And nothing Nick could do there. Hopefully or thankfully, everyone looks to be okay. But that was a wild ride. Watch the wheel stand from Mark, the sheer power.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. I'm not trying to make light of it. It was nasty. But given the ferocity of how it started with Playstead's monoing up in the air, it could have been a dominoes effect.
Yeah, absolutely. Thankfully, it's just the two machines involved, but a wild start to what promises to be a classic final.
See there, Justin Playstead could hardly walk in that shot as they await patiently on the back straight. So now we get set for the race rerun in the grand finale. What a night of sidecar speedway it has been. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage wherever you might be watching. Let's see if Mark Playstead and Ben Pitt can regroup after that nasty off. Plenty of experience. Start line officials happy. They walk away. Takes in the air. Oh, gun start. Justin Playstead and Brian Anthony out of gate 3. And the race has been stopped. Now, I think it was because the referee thinks Playstead got an unfair start.
Well, I think he got a brilliant start. I'm not sure that it was unfair, but geez, it was quick. He was certainly back from the tapes, but nevertheless, he's not governing the start. The official had allowed him to sit there, so...
Yeah, he didn't touch it. He just anticipated it, but we do see this happen. It's a grey area.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. Yep.
It happens in the World Speedway Grand Prix, the World Championship. It's open to interpretation. Main thing is, we come back and do it all over again. Well, no shortage of drama ahead of the grand final being completed tonight. So let's see. It's very hard to psych yourself up again too, I should imagine.
And hard to win the start twice in a row.
Get that adrenaline surge. Well, they've got to do it a third time now.
Yeah, incredible.
The mindset. It's a big test. Away we go. Can we get it done this time? Trent Headland, Jackson Rayner, best to begin. Justin Playstead, Brian Anthony away okay, but not as good as Mark Playstead and Ben Pitt, who surge up into second. That's the race order.
Yeah, Trent out in front, Mark in second, and Mark really, really close this time. In the heat race, he didn't get as close as this at any stage, and Trent will be very weary of the national champion.
Indeed. The Darrin Treloar Cup. The battle on in earnest here. Trent Headland, Jackson Rayner, Mark Playstead, Ben Pitt. They are not far away. Justin Playstead, Brian Anthony further back in third. You saw there Mark Playstead had to go on the inside. Oh, they touch as they run through turns 3 and 4. We got one lap to go in the big one.
The sheer power there from Playstead. Wheel standing down the straight, ramming into the side of our leader Headland, as is the case quite often in this sidecar racing. Last turn, Headland in front.
Here they go, onto the main straightaway. Headland, look at Mark Playstead, switches lines and he wins it. On the outside, he comes from the clouds. What a ride, what a finish, what an event. Mark Playstead and Ben Pitt, absolutely brilliant. Wow.
That was breathtaking.
Headland and Rayner, they were riding a bit defensively. I think it's cost them.
Yeah, he had that. I think he tried to shut down that inside run off the last turn, and Mark just outsmarted him.
Let me tell you, Headland and Rayner, they will be hurting. But you can take nothing away from this team. Mark Playstead, Ben Pitt, miraculous, brilliant winners of the Darrin Treloar Cup in the most sensational and controversial circumstances. 3 times it took to run the race.
It really was. We saw Playstead upside down at the first time of asking. Thankfully got up. The second time was all action again, with Justin getting what was perceived to be a rolling start by the officials. They restarted again, and this time it was a head-to-head battle between Trent and Mark, the two top point scorers, and so it proved that they were the class of the night.
In sidecar speedway, Rod, it doesn't get any better than what we have seen tonight in this event. I don't think I've ever seen a better sidecar speedway event.
That's absolutely brilliant, and big praise to the track preparation team. That track is brilliant.
Brilliant the way he placed it. Bided his time. Just got a drift around the outside. Had a look on the inside there. Went to the outer. Headland got crossed up and Playset could not believe it. That was just a brilliant ride. There's nothing else you can say.
Wow, there had to be just a split hair in that. That was amazing.
Oh, unbelievable. We can't stop looking at the replays of this from every angle. Headland just got a bit crossed up. When he got straightened up, he then lifted the front wheel, and that was all Playstead and Ben Pitt needed. What an event, and congratulations to our winners.
On the podium, can't ask for any more than that. I mean, I know you'd like to be second or first, but, you know, a successful meeting for you all round, and congratulations.
Thanks so much. Yeah, well, first of all, I'd like to thank Brian for jumping on at last minute. Well done to Mark and Trent and Mick in the final when... Sorry. Thanks to Mick Farrell for lending us the bike after ours let go. So, but yeah, we had it up against us tonight, but we just kept giving it all. And well done to all the guys in the final. We're all warriors out here, and it's hard work. But I can't thank my sponsors enough, and Mick Farrell and Junior Mick for giving us that bike. You know, we did the best what we had, and I just really appreciate everyone. Congratulations to Darren on this meeting for him, and well done to all the other riders and everyone that's put this together. Well done to Tappy. Massive thanks to Kylie and the guys from Icon. I appreciate you, and thanks very much.
Well, guys, well done. Wow, pipped at the post, eh? We all thought going into that last turn that you guys had it, you know, but that's racing, hey?
Yeah, look, I knew Mark was there, and I changed my strategy. I come out of the dirt and sort of tried to cover my line, and you know I was going to make him work for it. And I picked that chair wheel up in the last corner, and I stood on it as hard as I could. I'll give you a wheel stand for some excitement at the end there. I'm sure everyone loved it, but yeah, that's racing. It was a great race with Mark. Thanks, boys. You know, it's always good. You know, you get off with those ones, but you know, I wish I won it, but that's right. No, thanks to Darren for everything he does for the sport. He's had an amazing career, and I looked up to Darren for a lot of years and sort of copied a lot of the stuff that he does. And if you want to go fast, you want to look at the guy that's the fastest. So well done to Tappy for putting on such an event. Like we need more of these, and it's such an amazing sport, as he's just witnessed. So thanks to everyone for putting this sort of event on.
As I was just saying, we thought you were in second place there, and you were there for the last section of that track, but at the very end there, you had the business, you had the goods, mate.
Yeah, what a race, like Trent said, that was awesome, mate, well done. Just want to say well done to Chapo and the track crew, mate, awesome job on the track. Thanks to all my sponsors, Black Chrome, Stinger, Mike, thanks for coming over, mate, appreciate it. Black Chrome, Gem and the kids, Pitty doing a great job on the back. Darren, well done, mate, what a great career, and hope you enjoyed tonight. There's a few people here that's paid their respects to you, mate, so yeah, well done, mate. And everyone else, Ray White Gawler, Icon Suspension, and yeah, all the crowd for coming out. Thanks heaps, guys.
Nice one. Well done. Congratulations again. And Ben Pitt, obviously it doesn't happen without the passenger in the chair there. As I said before, it takes two to tango. Your thoughts on what an amazing outcome, eh?
Yeah, mate. After that first restart, I was getting a bit worried. It's hard work out there, but yeah, Mark done an awesome job as always. Track was awesome all night. Loved it. Fast. And thanks for everyone for coming out. Huge thanks to my wife, Cara, at home, kids, Jono for driving over with me, and thanks. Oh, sorry, TRE. Well done, mate.
Yeah, Mark Playstead and Ben Pitt, they'll remember this night for eternity, one would think. Join us next week, episode 3 of 4 of the International Speedway Masters, part 1 of the Lee Adams Medal for the 500cc solos. Fox 5:06, 7:10 p.m. Do look forward to your company then. Winners are grinners. Rod Calhoun, what an event it has been. A pleasure to work with you.
Absolutely loved it, Dave. Some of the best sidecar racing I've ever seen, and a wonderful event.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. We saw the cream rise to the surface tonight. Let's remember that Placedead and Pitt, who went on to win it, were on their backsides after a nasty incident on turn 1. First time of asking in an attempt to run the race. And there's Darrin Treloar, the man being honoured here tonight, the 12-time national champion. As we take you out, let's have a look back at the highlights. Quarters all a touch, they come together. Although Housen Commons up on the inside, we've got a big accident. We've got chaos on the first turn.
Last turn, Headland in front.
Here they go, onto the main straightaway. Headland,